uh, we'd like to listen to a presentation by Dr. Miroslav, who has a passion for youth and issues to do with blockchain and technology issues that will dazzle you. So there's a particular set of information that he wants to share with us. So we'd appreciate if you could be able to pay just keen attention, and then you can be able to ask some few questions, or rather some questions at the end of the presentation. So I don't actually have much to say, only to welcome Dr. Miroslav, so that you can
But if
be
you
able
could say
to...
also about UNEP,
Yes.
World Environment Situation Room, that's
Yes.
also very
Good. Thank you. Thank you. So basically, this is the UNEP booth at this particular conference. UNEP is an organization that deals with data on the environment, and specifically, we look at, like, for instance, in UNEP, I work in the science division, and as we look at the data science on early warning and assessments. So, for instance, you may not have noticed it, but about 7 years ago, we published a small report, the impact of zoonotic diseases that jump from animals to humans. COVID struck, and people would, oh, these are some of the issues that sometimes we deal with. But of course, since it is not easy to make policy decisions, so you have to make your science easy so that the policy makers can be able to respond. So here in this event, the World Urban Forum, we have 6 persons from UNEP, starting from our Deputy Executive Director, who is participating in various events at this particular forum. So without much ado, I'd like to invite Dr. Miroslav so that he can give us his presentation. And the theme, of course, is Action for Climate Empowerment with the power of blockchain technology. Welcome, Dr. Miroslav.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eric. It's such a pleasure and honor to be here as some kind of partner of the World Environment Situation Room program, because it has also a very ambitious global vision how to use digital innovation to build a climate safe future. And you have also a very strong youth engagement program. And so it's a lot of overlap, and both of us, we are partnering with UN Habitat Youth Program, and happy to have also representatives of UN Habitat Youth Program delegation here, and also happy to have representatives from Botnar Foundation, who is supporting very interesting programs of UN Habitat Youth Program. And so let me present you now our initiative, Digital Art for Climate. The world needs all of society action for climate empowerment, all of society engagement, and we have a mechanism to get it working. So wait a second. So yeah. So here we are. So the challenge is that the global community is not really functioning. We see extreme weather events. We are deep in the climate crisis, and the concentrations are still going up. Emissions even are going up, and it's really a mess. And we, as a global community, don't function. Global challenges are somehow challenging all of us, but we are responding as nation states, and sometimes we don't respond at all and wait for others to. But we have the United Nations, we have the Compass, we have the Agenda 2030 Sustainable Development Goals, we have the Paris Agreement, but this does not translate into local action and impact. And so to get there, to have really effective climate action, we need transformative change, we need systemic innovation, and this comes with a combination of cultural innovation, social innovation, public sector innovation, and digital innovation. And especially, I believe that blockchain technology has very high potentials to enable everyone to take meaningful and rewarding climate action. So this our initiative is somehow a leader in the field of using blockchain technology for climate action empowerment. This is my organization, the International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges. It is a accredited to the UN system through the Department for Global Communication, through the Economic and Social Council in New York, through the UNFCCC, and we have also some other very good relationships with UN programs. So UN Habitat, we have an MOU. Unique Network is a blockchain on the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. It's a proof of stake blockchain with a very low environmental footprint. We have partnership with exquisite workers, the creative community. The Conscious Scripture Creators Program has given us a grant to promote the uptake of digital art technologies among creators to create new business models for the creative community. And Cointelegraph, one of the biggest crypto media platforms, is our media partner, and Hubzin in Italy is also one of our local partners there. We have presented our initiative at various occasions, and we really are convinced that we are the closest affiliated NFT initiative within the UN system. And we are now here in Katowice, and in September we have exhibit space at the UN headquarters in New York for 2 weeks, and on the 8th and the 9th of September we will have also conference about digital innovation for youth empowerment, for SDG action, for localizing the SDGs, and there I hope also to meet some of you again. So the aims of the initiatives are, on the one hand, with the climate action, global climate action efforts need more heart. For the time being, it's very brain heavy, and it's not really very inspiring. It does not trigger emotions. But with such kind of artwork, we can have trigger emotion, and emotions then trigger action. And the other pillar is that we mobilize resources. We turn the artwork into digital assets which can be collected and traded, and the resources are being used for financing youth climate action empowerment. And we want to raise awareness in general about the potentials of blockchain technology to be used for climate action. Here is one example of how this mass mobilization can function. This is the Global Angel NFT, which we have minted from an artwork last September. And we have minted 500 NFTs, and we set up a Google form for people to express interest to receive it, and received more than 7,000 requests for this NFT. And so also people who are not on the field of climate action, but this brings them closer to these topics, and this is really a way to mass adoption. And now let's hear to our creative director, Anna, presentation of this engagement of the creative community. Let's see whether it will work. Okay. Do you know how to? I guess we will not be able. It will be explain. So I will go through it very quickly. You see these artworks. We've received more than 200 submissions from 58 countries. We have this one from Iran, this from Morocco, Serbia. This is a 9-year-old autistic girl that contributed. He is from Iran as well, Kazakhstan. So really, it was possible for us to engage artists and general youth to participate. No, it was open to everybody, but the majority of submissions were from young people. And here we have also an artwork from the Matare informal settlement. You have been, Matare mothers have been also somehow key partners there. Really, this is our initiative makes the connection between the local level and the global stage. And it moves hearts, it builds bridges, it triggers emotions, and connects local level artists with global resources, because the NFTs that we have minted now can then be bought from the global audience, and through this, the artists have access to global funding. We have also in this video statements from participating artists who have been really very lucky and grateful that they have been able to participate. We have now an NFT marketplace, a unique network our technology partner has set up for us in blockchain marketplace. We have put our first NFTs for sale there. The winning works will be sold at an auction, and these non-award-winning NFTs we have set 5,000 euros per artwork, but we didn't promote it too much because we are now also speaking with Sotheby's. They said they might perhaps partner with us to do an auction for us, and obviously with expected better rewards. So we, with the revenues, currently, because it's the first initiative and we had the need to get our programs funded, we said the artists receive 15%. Later it will be significantly more in the next rounds. Then with 35% we use for Youth Climate Action Fund in cooperation with youth organizations and UN Habitat. We are setting up the governance structure, so it will be participatory and open and transparent who receives these resources. And we are building the institutional and technological infrastructure for Action for Climate Empowerment, an app, a registry, and the DAO structure, a collaborative governance mechanism. So that's the solution. So here the registry, it has several categories of information, what people are contributing to climate action. One entry is the artwork. Then the second entry is the act of purchasing NFT. The third level are then projects, and the fourth level are outcomes and impact from projects. And here is then a relation between these NFTs, and you see that a certain contribution has enabled another, so the artwork contribution enabled the purchase enabled the financing of the project enabled impact, and then through this relation you can then connect impact with the one who has contributed an artwork. And this was till now not possible, but we need this relational information so that we build an innovation system where we can coordinate and reward people for what they are contributing. This DAO structure is a big thing that we are now setting up. We're considering also to registering a carrying foundation in Switzerland. We have their advisors who have done similar things there already, and it is somehow connecting the physical world and the metaverse. So a lot of the activities and the resource management, resource flows, data management will be in the virtual flow, and also an ACE marketplace where people will be able to sell their stories, their impact in the field of climate action. And then, of course, our digital art marketplaces, they are fundraising, life management, so this good life app and educational programs. And the functions of such a structure is global citizen accreditation, because here in the UN process we have accreditation for nations, for observer organizations also, but the individual has no entry point and cannot show what he is doing if he has not an institutional backing. But with our structure we want to create a mechanism that citizens can identify themselves, build a legacy of action and impact, and being rewarded for this. Rewarding is also in terms of participation, governance rights, but also financial incentives, gamification. So these actions that people will contribute are certified. People will receive education, because in order to take the right decisions, right resources decisions, you need to know the global goals, implications of the actions that you take. So education is very important, and it would be also the app and other programs. Resource mobilization is very central for our work. And this is just visualization of this individual climate action dashboard app. We sometimes call it also a good life app because in the light of the climate crisis, people should rethink what they are doing, how they are using their resources. At a certain point in the future, grandchildren will ask them, what have you done in light of the climate crisis? Or if you think in front of heaven's gate, they will be asked, what did you do in front of, in light of the climate crisis? And then you can show your Roger app and say, yeah, I've collected these certified badges, NFTs about contributions. And so next steps are we are speaking with UN Climate Change Program. They have the need to get finance for the digitalization of their archives. And access to information is also one element of AIM's Action for Climate Environment Program. So we are offering them one of our next Digital Art for Climate rounds that they help us also reach out to high-profile artists, and we develop them the marketing and the entertainment programs really high-profile to raise at least 1 million euros. And something similar we want to do also with UN Environment at the World Environment Situation Room, because I really believe that this initiative is very important for the world, for the future, and to tackle the climate crisis. Yeah, so activities in New York are very important. We will have the hackathon in October, Youth Climate Action Environment Festival in the context of the EU Climate Pact, because we are also involved in these EU programs. And we hope also to work with Botner Foundation at this hackathon, because Botner is working with UN Habitat on the SDG scorecard app. And we will see how we can create synergies there. We will prepare the launch, and we will be very strong at the next COP in Sharm el Sheikh. We have planned an international conference on blockchain for climate with stakeholders from the UAE, United Arab Emirates. They are going to have the next presidency next year. And UNEP also, Blockchain Center was a partner. We had first networking events on this topic in March in Dubai during the Regional Climate Week. Yeah, so there is really a lot that can be done, and together we are strong. And an invitation to have a look and to approach us, and especially towards this hackathon. There we see how we can bring digital solutions together and position our efforts as the leading digital solution provider for youth engagement in the UN system.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Miroslav. They are very entertaining and very interesting topic there. It looks very technical, but when you listen to it, it looks also very relevant, very innovative art, and how it can be able to resonate on climate change. So, from the audience, maybe we could listen to one or two questions, maybe for Dr. Miroslav. Please, let me just hand over the mic to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eric and Dr. Miro. That was an amazing presentation. I think the first time I heard about this initiative, like you're mentioning, I felt it was very technical. It was like, oh my God, what is this? But now I truly see the sense in it and the urgency and why it is really important exactly now. I was going to ask, you mentioned that you're going to archive some, work with UNEP to get to archive some of the work that we were doing. But your approach was more like individual artists. So could you explain that more? But also, one of the other questions I was going to ask, are you targeting young artists or are you targeting artists in general? And how do you see young people, especially young artists, for example, from e-commerce agreements you mentioned, get this information, get access to this technology, and be able to use it effectively to get some income, but also build the resources that we need to fund some of the programs that we are doing. Thank you.
Yes.
Uh, okay, my name is Billy Morris, and I'm a youth activist from Uganda. Uh, I like the topic because I've been dealing with some of the people, but one of the biggest challenges I have is the value of your NFT. You talked about NFT, and I've been dealing with some people who are so much in carbon credits. I don't know if they are similar, but one of the biggest challenges we see is the value. Money doesn't come there, and it takes time for you to accumulate those credits so that you can have your funds that can help you push action further. Remember, action doesn't delay. Every time you do activities that requires funds. So the biggest challenge is the time it takes to accumulate all those credits so that you can get the money out. It takes long. So I want to know what is the value of your NFT? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, let me do it. Yeah. So thanks for these very interesting questions. So let's start with the first question: how we think we can work with UN organizations. So it's not this archive work is we are just mobilizing financial resources to enable this digitalization program. This is the idea, and the way we do it is we have the artwork, we sell it on the NFT marketplace or in special events where we auction them off. And we have had colleagues who have been lucky with timing. It's the carbon drop from the Open Earth Foundation. They done it last year in March, and they had 7 NFTs, and they raised 6.6 million US dollars. One of the NFTs was also people who was at that time very high involved. So, but in general, this brings also to the value. What is the value of the NFT? With this digital art sphere, people, collectors think, how will the price develop? Will it grow as the whole crypto market is now really in a downturn? It's some currencies, including Polkadot, to some have lost 90% of the value, the tokens of these blockchains. But for me, this our approach is not that people should speculate with our NFTs. They should buy it because they find the artwork inspiring. It speaks to them. That's good, and if they want to have to empower action, because with these unique identifiers, the entries in the registry, they will be able then to co-decide where the money goes to. So the artist and the one who buys it can then say, I want that 80% of the money goes into my local community. And there is a setting around, based on blockchain technology, also we can create digital communities which have a digital wallet, and the money goes to this digital wallet, and the governance of this money will be connected also with the DAO structure, because there will be governance tools where people who are from a certain community will have then the possibility to decide how the money is being used. So these are some of the answers. But, young, what age group? So we had it now open. We didn't say any age limitation, but the strongest resonance is with young people. And so this is something that young people like it, and also young people like it, this kind of programs, because they learn about how to use these tools. Because people hear NFTs, crypto, millions, but they don't know what to do. And part of our program is also to educate people to set up a digital wallet and other things. What is minting? What is a marketplace? What is digital finance? And we educate youth as well. And in the future programs, we will then have probably also a youth group, so that we will have one of the art competitions really limited just for young people up to 35.
Maybe two more questions, then you can wrap it up.
Okay. Very short question. What is minting? You mentioned it.
My name is Caroline Hide Zilandi, Youth Development Coordinator at Katowice Initiative. And my question is, so how will other youth from grassroots able to join those who are doing climate action? So which protocols can they follow, or where should they go so that they can join?
Good question. Thanks. Yeah.
So, first question, very simple. Minting is the process of turning digital asset. It can be an image file, a video file, text file, whatever. You can turn it into hash. It's a uniquely identified entry on the blockchain. Blockchain means that there is a connection between the different entries, and it's cryptographically calculated, and to this it's fraud proof, and therefore people trust that this kind of assets have a certain value. And yeah, so this turning digital asset into hash, into a graph, into a chain of characters, which is uniquely identifiable. That's the minting. And the question how the climate action community can become involved. This is the element of our DAO structure. It is because we want to have really some kind of next generation of the United Nations system for non-state actors, open to everybody, and that the key parameter will be what is somebody contributing. We will have this registry also that shown, but in general, that this decentralized autonomous organization will have a protocol for individuals and organizations to identify themselves, so digital identity management is very important, and then to commit to contribute on the local level in the context of global goals, certain reporting mechanisms. One thing is the pledge, and then the other thing is the performance. Now we have verified and certified contributions. Based on this, you have governance rights and also revenues. This is the co-ownership of the whole structure. So we really want to build something that is a global commons. And the other element for those who are not so much into governance or so, they will be able to register their contributions. Can be very small actions. In the registry, there will be a mechanism to verify it, and then there will be a certain mechanism to decide what this means in terms of being rewarded. We also depend on whether this is in a community which has engaged stronger, so that the digital wallet of the community has more resources, and it's easier to get somebody in that community to get resources. But it will be also linked to problems that are to global level funding. But it will be decided in the hackathon. Partially, we will design the governance structures and the programs and the data architecture for this. And that's it.
Yeah. Oh, one more. Okay. Yeah, so one more, please.
I just wanted to ask just one question. Just one question. I saw all the process and the planning, but you have some activists, who are online, but they have no access to the internet, no access to computer. The reason why it is so hard to implement technology in Africa is budgets are expensive. So how are you planning to sort out that? Because there are some activists who don't have access to the internet, but they are doing some amazing work, and they would like to join your project. Thank you.
Yes, so this is a very important question. It's a really systemic nature. And only if we have this sorted out that we can connect with everyone, then the system functions. Otherwise, it's not good enough. And so part of our logic, so we've said that there's this United Citizens Organization is the global structure. So this is one vision. That's the other thing is an app in everyone's every global citizen's hand, mobile app. And the third element is that we mentioned here is the culture center in every city and every local community. So with these structures, we should empower people that they come together, 1 to 3 people on the local level who first certify a little bit that they are really doing relevant work and that they are real people and so. But then this is the nucleus for digital community and for digital wallet, and then around this community and this performance, we will try to channel from the global level financial resources to such spaces. We're looking to work on this with UN Habitat Youth Program, that there would be a model, a replicable model for creating spaces where people get access to internet, access to knowledge, access to technology, funding, and so yeah, this community will be then also the ones who will certify activities, verify activities. It will be local communities which will be enabled by the digital tools to be able to connect with the global level of the community and for receiving funding. Because also a lot of the business management or buying anything in Africa, a certain disadvantaged states, anywhere, needs a lot of entrepreneurship, knowledge, and so on. And the system will try to take on a lot of this responsibility to deliver this. But this local level element of the solution is essential. Thanks for that.
Yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. We really are happy to have invited and gotten the new person, and also the ones who are joining us virtually. We are happy that you're able to listen to this. So there will be other great talks. So if you stay tuned, you'll be able to learn more about blockchain and of course this kind of issue. So thank you very much, Dr. Miroslav, for making it possible for us to learn something about the blockchain technology. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks. Yeah. But I was very happy that you came.
But very interesting question.
Ja, eben dann.
Ist nicht draußen.
Auch schön, dass wir so mitgehen haben. Was hast du studiert? Ich auch. Aha, ja. Wo hast du studiert? Ja, mich freut es sehr, dass du gekommen bist, weil ich sehe eben großes Synergiepotenzial.
Ja, ich auch. Aber ja, ich werde definitiv Kontakt mit dir aufnehmen.
Super. Vielen Dank.
Also, dann wünsche ich noch ganz schnell. Und du reist heute zurück?
Heute am Abend.
Ja, also dann gute Heimreise, falls du.
Danke.
Tschüss.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much.